Byrnecast. Byrnecast. Byrnecast.
Yes.
Hell yeah! Alright, welcome to the yeehaw! Alright, we got a Byrnecast. Number 7 is coming to you. Alright. Byrnecast. Welcome to the Byrnecast. Welcome to the Byrnecast. Welcome to the Byrnecast. Hell yeah! Welcome to the Byrnecast.
Alright, it's another Sunday. It's Sunday. I never get the dates. What the date is today. It's the 20th of July. Alright, we're well into the second half of the year. Which reminds me, I need to make a video comparison between New Year's Eve and, say, a week ago. I've got video of my brother performing. My brother's a musician. He's got a business called Lily Road. And he puts together all sorts of bands for, weddings and all sorts of things. And he plays in bars and things like that. And he's got a performance of the Skiff Club in Manly and DY 6 months ago. And you can see how things have changed within clubs and pubs. There's way less people. You get hassled for your name and your phone number when you come in. Everybody's supposed to sit down and not mingle. So, which is really weird. It's going to be tough if you're single out there trying to meet a lady. And, I don't know, what are you supposed to do? Just like stare across the room? Maybe they need to have little technology things. I don't know. You need a bullhorn or something. Not a bullhorn. That would be a horrible night out. Women getting bulled. Ugh. Anyway, but so he had a full band, and in the 6 months ago, full band, people everywhere, people dancing, going off on the dance floor, firecrackers going off, people getting together for photos. I was taking photos of a whole bunch of people. I shot some video. I've got video up on stage. I was up on the stage rocking it out with the musicians, and so there's video of that, which still hasn't come out. I'm going to put some of that out on my YouTube channel, so I'll let you know about that. And I might do a video comparison then and now, so that'll be coming up. Also, I've been speaking to a friend of mine, Daniel Johns, not from Silverchair, the journalist Daniel Johns, who was on the first bunch of Byrnecasts. Were basically him and I just having a chin wag in pubs and just recording them on our mobile phones. So it'll be cool to catch up with him. He wanted to talk about the current state of journalism. So and I think we're going to talk about a few case studies of people that have been fired for being either bigoted, racist, fascist, or socially inappropriate. Not following the clean, safe, sanitary narrative, the politically correct way. Go the politically correct way. That's just gross to me. I mean, fuck me. What is this generation? Who are these people? They're obviously people younger that are getting into media and advertising and really fucking it up. Damn. Maybe daddy was too good to them, and they're just taking it out on the world. They didn't get disciplined enough. I don't know what's going on here. So so we'll talk maybe about that extreme left in print media, or in media in general. So he's got a whole spiel. I'm interested to hear what he has to say. Barry Weiss, he or she. Okay. She's been on Joe Rogan, which is cool. I'll have to watch that podcast and see what Danny Johns is on about. So looking forward to that. Culamondo. So I noticed a few things have been happening in the world of sport. More and more sports keep getting cancelled, and it now looks like surfing is cancelled. I mean, I didn't know how they'd declare a world champion after half a season. I mean, half of the year is gone. Half of the events are either postponed, cancelled. Nobody knew what was going on in the surfing world. And now it seems to be off. I was thinking for a moment there, maybe they might do what they're doing in the Formula One, which is to just still run it. Somehow the Formula One is up and running. I know they're in Hungary at the moment. And yeah, I'd really like to know how they're traveling around the world, getting flights and, you know, moving around the big teams and all the gear that they've got. I've got to find out what's going on with there. But surfing, the reason I mentioned Formula One is surfing is also one of those sports that happens in different destinations all around the world. It goes to different waves, I guess, to highlight, you know, to give a really good test of the different abilities of surfers to deal with a variety of waves, and demonstrate their mastery that way. And it takes place over the course of a year, which I think it needs to. You know, I mean, certain surfers are going to be great in certain conditions, but, you know, I like the fact that there's high performance surfing, and that there's tube surfing, and there's surfing over reefs, and the surfing going on lefts and things like that. You know, I think it can only be a world champion after, you know, so many events. So there was only going to be 5 events left if they did run it now. And so the announcement has come. I haven't looked at the article. I want to look at it a second, and then I'm going to give you my feedback on that and what's happening next year, because I think as a result of this whole coronavirus thing, maybe what I'm thinking is that they're going to go to less places that are easier to get around somehow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on next year as far as travel restrictions are concerned. I mean, I'm in New South Wales in Australia at the moment. As I speak, there's 18 cases confirmed today of coronavirus. It's really an epidemic, or of I don't know what you call it. There's a wave. There's a new wave in Victoria at the moment, so it's a problem down there. I guess it's creeped across the border, and I'm really hoping we don't have a wave, anything approaching what's going on down there at the moment. So yeah, anyway, where was I? So getting back to surfing, what are they going to do? I don't know. Just hold it all at the surf ranch? I don't know. See what America's got to offer. Maybe stay in one country and hold more events in one country, or have a couple of possibilities. Like if things really do get bad, then they can stay in one region for a few events. That would be safe. Have some backup events. And yeah, hope they can get enough conditions to really justify declaring a world champion at the end of the year. But yeah, I'm going to look into that. Also, just, you know, while speaking about the surfing world, Derek Ho sadly passed away on, I guess it would have been maybe Saturday morning our time. You know, people in the surfing world I know said that, you know, he was in hospital, and that, you know, pray for Derek Ho. We don't know what's going on. So, and then yeah, later that day I found out he died, which is really sad because he was only 55. I guess it's a thing that happens. It apparently was a heart attack. This is just something that happens to men. I mean, this is a men's health issue. A lot of men die in their 50s. There's a big amount that just die in their 50s, that die young. And then there are other men who live a little bit longer. So, yeah. And it's sudden death. And yeah, there's a real... something that really needs to be addressed. We need to find out why so many men are dying in their 50s from heart conditions, heart failure, things like that. You know, so the general rule of thumb, or so I don't know how to describe it, common wisdom out there states that if you make it to 60, you know, then you're kind of over a hurdle. You're kind of out of this danger zone of men in their 50s having things go wrong with them in that regard. So yeah, we need to become more knowledgeable of men's health issues in their 50s, I think. So, yeah, something to think about. And I'm just wondering about where their paddle outs might be. They must be all over the world in places that can gather together, that can paddle out. I'm guessing Huntington Beach in California, definitely Hawaii. I'm not sure what the restrictions are there on those sort of things, but yeah, there must be one. I'd say there must be a couple in Australia, a few in Australia. He was a world surfing champion after all, so yeah, it's part of that elite group. Okay, I've been wanting to speak for a while about in detail about what I know about medicinal mushrooms, just moving on to a health and wellness type of subject. I wanted to talk about what my experiences were with medicinal mushrooms and when I've tried them, what I've tried them for, how I found out about them. I do want to go over that in detail. I don't know if today is the right day to do it. Might just speak generally because it came into my mind again recently. I met somebody at a kind of workshop, had a conversation about some medicinal mushroom combinations, blends by a local company. I think they're called Hybration or Vibration. Hybration. I got to check that out anyway. So they had these combinations, and I knew a lot of the ingredients because they're things I've been hip to for about 15 years, and I've used a lot of them. And yeah, it was funny hearing somebody talk about chaga and reishi, because I don't know anyone who talks about chaga and reishi on the northern beaches really. And yeah, the speaker up there, Simon Williams, was just talking about chaga and reishi. Which one's more famous? Is it chaga or is it reishi? And I think that they're both really popular and really useful medicinal mushrooms that are basically used, good for colds and flu, good for viral kind of conditions, because they're supposed to somehow enhance the immune system. I don't understand the way that they do that, but that's sort of what they're I don't know if that the word is sold to be used for. It's what people think they're best used for. I remember David Wolf saying that chaga is the number one cancer fighting medicinal mushroom out there on the market. So he writes chaga as a very important mushroom in today's day and age with so much cancer going around. I guess if it's really boosting your immune system, then that should be really important in the fight against cancer if you've got cancer. So yeah, it's kind of black in color, and it kind of looks like a cancer. I don't know, it's not the prettiest mushroom. Whether that's an indication of that is what its function is to do in the body, I don't know. It's I would assume if you want to really fight cancer with it, you would have to take mega doses of it. Now, again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not suggesting you do something like that. I'm suggesting you go to a naturopath and ask them their opinion about how and why you would take it and in what doses. So I don't think you can really follow the guidelines on the packaging and things like that. Get talking to naturopaths who really know what they're talking about as far as that's concerned. Reishi, which is a delicious mushroom. I used to have it every morning in my coffee. Is a beautiful looking mushroom. It looks like a heart. Yeah, I mean, it really does look like it's a deep, rich red color. And all these mushrooms are sort of ground up into a powder, at least the way that I've had them. And that's, again, for immunity. But I've heard, things that it's good for the heart. It's good for that sort of system. Yeah, so that's reishi. So very basically, both for immunity, chaga for cancer, and reishi to support and nourish the systems around the heart. The other one, which was interesting, which in a conversation I haven't tried lion's mane. It's one that I just never got around to trying. And on this product that I saw, it said that it enhances cognitive function, which I'm really excited about. I want to be really clear-headed, like I'm on caffeine, or like I've taken some modafinil. Not that I've ever taken modafinil, but I'm curious. What does lion's mane do to your brain? And in what doses do you need to take it? And in what combinations of herbs do you need to consume it in? Does it work best if you consume it with cacao, or with some coconut oil, or almond butter, or what is it? What's the best thing? What do I need? So I might try some of these. I'm really psyched. I want to get the lion's mane one when I get up to that store. So I'm psyched about getting back onto that, and I don't know if I'll be dropping it into the coffee like I used to do. I might have it in between coffees, and that might be the best way to go. So what have I talked about? I've talked about 3 mushrooms. There's other mushrooms I've tried. I've used astragalus. Astragalus is also apparently good for immunity. So those might be some mushrooms you want to take at the moment. With the whole COVID thing going around, you might want to enhance your immune system through taking astragalus and chaga and reishi. What else is out there in terms of medicinal mushrooms? I think I'll get onto that later. Yeah, I'll discuss that on a later episode. Just a shorter episode today. I've got just bought some new technology, so I'm really, really excited about that. Got myself a 5.1 Mac Pro. I know a lot of people do not care. It's like, dude, I didn't care. Yeah, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful old vintage. You'd call it a vintage machine now, 10 years old, but still can produce great results. And I'm going to use it with some old software. I'm going to get a new computer. Going to have a whole bunch of computers running, and I'm keen to see what I can do as far as sound production and a bit of video editing and stuff on that. So really excited about that. Really excited about my drone, which I haven't flown enough. I do want to make a drone video. I spoke to someone last night, a photographer, and just reminded me that that's something that I've been planning to do for a while, that I really want to get on top of and do this week. I'll get out and do some drone shooting this week, and go around and find the most popular wedding venues. Probably just do some location scouting. Find the best aerial views of these places, and maybe I'll go around some of the surrounding environments, see what natural features are out there that would really look awesome in a wedding video, or in a short film, or in a film, or something like that. I know that the film Stone, that old film from the 70s, was shot in these barracks in Mossman, in the caves there, I believe. So yeah, if you know any really awesome locally produced films that make you really pay attention when you go into areas of Sydney, let me know in the comments. I'd really love to find places that are really sacred or special or wonderful for whatever reason. It's always good to find magic in your home city, in your local area, in your home base. So I'll get out and do some shooting this week. I'm really excited about that. And I'm going to get some music on the Byrnecast next week. I will make sure that I have some artists performing on there. So just so it's a bit broken up. And I'm going to get Danny Johns, I think, or some other people. I want to... I'm really psyched to just get, short conversations with people happening on this and see where that goes. Just from a variety of different places. From the world of, music, entertainment, from the world of sport. Maybe a few journos as well. Talk about current affairs. Talk about science. I love talking about the new discoveries and modern medicine. So that's about it. I'm going to round it up. Am I rounding it up? I'm going to end it. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to press stop. Are you still there? What are you listening for? I said it's over. It's gone. It's done. Have an incredible week. Take care. Do what you're supposed to do, not what you feel like doing. Do what you must do. That is all. That's my parting message.